Connie is finally here in Dandy's world. Here's everything you have to know about the update. Not only did they just add Connie, but they also added Looey, which was a big surprise to me. They also added new blinking and different walking and running animations for both of the new tunes. Since we have 2 more tunes, we also have 2 more twisteds and 2 more trinkets that might change the entire meta. They've also added 3 more pretty big maps. Out of all of them, Shelly's room is my favorite. See, look how happy Shelly is. This is Connie's ability. She can go invisible for a while. I should probably tell you guys more about the new tunes. But before that, I gotta show you the new code. You can use code 300K for 100 Ichor. It took a while, but I got both of their research to max because I was really interested in the trinkets and wanted to show you guys. Twisted Connie is interesting. She wanders around the map and isn't immediately aggressive, similar to Glisten. Instead, Connie will possess a machine and make it seem unfinished. If you try to touch the machine, Connie will instantly appear and take a heart. Seems really harsh, but it's actually pretty tame. She won't attack straight up in Blackout, but can still possess machines in it. Twisted Looey is pretty tall, so he can see better, and has a longer attention span. The stats for both of the tunes are straight up insane. Both are able to do different roles really well, and aren't too hard to get. I'll show you the Twisteds and what to do to get their research, then I'll show you how the tunes play. Twisted Looey is pretty straightforward. Just get his attention and capsules. Once you get 100% research, you'll get his trinket. You don't actually need his research to buy them. To get Looey, you just need to complete all the mastery on Poppy and 1000 Ichor. Looey is pretty easy to get even for new players. Despite this, Looey is really fun. Looey's stats are really good too, and it works well with Looey's interesting passive. Looey's passive is called Heart of Helium. It's similar to Poppy's passive, but instead of a big boost in speed, it changes Looey's base speed depending on the amount of health he has. At full health, Looey has 3 stars in speed. At 2 hearts, it's 4 stars. And at 1 heart, he has 5 stars in speed. When Looey is healed, these stat increases go back to normal. With Looey's stats and passive, Looey can choose to be an extractor, or a survivor, or a distractor. It just depends on the trinkets. There's one more thing about Looey's passive that you have to know, and that's his big forehead. Huge forehead, actually. Right now, it may not seem that big, but that's because I'm at 1 heart. The size of Looey's head is determined by how much health he has. Just watch what happens when I use Medkit on Looey in this clip. Yeah, Looey's head just inflates when healed and deflates when damaged. Pretty unique. Now let's talk about his trinket. His trinket might change the way players distract. His trinket is called Clown Horn. It's basically ribbon spool, but for odd floors. Originally, I thought it was weird to make Looey's trinket to be the counterpart to ribbon spool, but maybe. Looey and R&D have some history we don't know about yet. Regardless, clown horn might change how distractors play. Solo distractors can use ribbon spool and clown horn so that they have 10% in walk and run speed on both even and odd floors. This build isn't just limited to distractors. Any toon struggling with speed could use this build. This doesn't mean other speed builds are bad now. I believe Speedy Shoes, Dog Plush, and Pink Bow are still staple picks for most players. Clown Horn is just a new element to think about. Here's a crazy idea people are trying to do now. So far, there's been this idea of 2 distractors using Dog Plush and one using Clown Horn while the other would use Ribbon Spool. What this means is that depending on the floor, one of the distractors will have 20% walk speed. Whoever had the boost in speed would distract for that floor. All around Clown Horn is an interesting trinket, and I can't wait for more creative ways the community will use it. Twisted Connie looks like this when they are roaming. You won't need to trigger them for research. You can get her research by looking at her invisible form and capsules in her floor. When a machine is turning into different colors, that's how you can tell she has possessed it. To avoid getting damaged by her, all you have to do is wait. You can imagine that this would be harder to know on higher floors because there's more machines and twisteds. Early on, she's not that bad though. Once you get 100% research on Connie, you'll get her trinket. Requirements to get Connie is just 50% research and 2,000 iCore. Playing Connie for the first time felt surreal. One of the biggest things you may notice about Connie is that she's really slow. But this is completely justified. With her ability, Haunting Escape basically works like a free smoke bomb every 50 seconds. This combined with her 5 stars in stealth means that twisteds rarely target her, and she isn't bad at extraction either. Connie is obviously a favorite to not only just the fans, but also the Blush Crunch team. She has one more thing to add onto her impressive stats. Connie has a huge light radius in Blackout. On top of the highest stealth and smoke bomb ability, Connie also produces light on blackout floors. Connie feels like a toon made for those who struggled with twisteds, and with other toons on the floor, this is pretty true. However, if you don't have your ability and don't have speed trinkets, playing Connie alone can leave you vulnerable. I would save your ability with Connie until you are really cornered or about to get hit. Connie's trinket is kind of weird. I was guessing her trinket would be her visor or a tombstone. Connie's trinket is called Ghost Snakes in a Can. I don't know why this relates to them, maybe. Connie likes pulling jokes with this snakes in a can. But the fact that it's a ghost snakes in a can means that these items somehow traveled into the astral plane. I think Connie and her trinket brings a lot of implications and questions into the lore of Dandy's world. Is there afterlife? What other ghost items exist? What makes something a ghost? Anyways, let's actually talk about what it does. If your toon has an active ability, this trinket can reduce the cooldown by 5 seconds. This is extremely similar to Cosmo's trinket, Sweet Charm. The only difference is that Connie's trinket is a flat 5-second cut, while Sweet Charm is 8%. So they do have different usages if you want to reduce the cooldown of an active ability. Depending on the size of the cooldown, you will actually prefer one over the other. The larger the cooldown, you'd want Sweet Charm, but if the cooldown is shorter, you'd want Ghost Snakes. For example, Sprout, Tegan, and Glisten have cooldowns that are 100 seconds. So Sweet Charm is preferable, since 8% of 100 would be 8 seconds. Sweet Charm is also still good for Gigi and Astro. Gigi's cooldown of 80 seconds would mean 6.4 reduction. Astro's cooldown of 75 seconds would be a 6 in reduction, but if a toon has a cooldown that's lower than 60 seconds, Ghost Snakes would be preferable. Sweet Charm's 8% effect at 60 seconds would be 4.8 seconds of reduction. The smaller the cooldown, the less this effect is helpful. Sweet Charm's 8% on 25 seconds cooldown is 2 seconds. This is where you would want Ghost Snakes instead. You could also use both of them to try and reduce cooldown as much as you can, but that seems impractical. That doesn't mean I'm not going to have fun using both of them, though. Ghost Snakes are now a new way to reduce cooldowns in Dandy's world. I can't wait to see the new builds with these trinkets that people can come up with. Here's footage of the new diner and warehouse maps. Lore. I think it's safe to say that these photos are of Arthur Walton and Delilah Keene. Both are the founders for Garden View Educational Center and Museum. That's everything new with this Dandy's World update. Let me know what you guys think about these changes.